Commence primary ignition.
Hey, this is Katie O'Brien, and you're watching the Virtual Cantina Network.
Hello there. Good evening and welcome all. I am Dave, joined by an empty box over there. Hopefully, Spencer will be joining us soon. But for the moment, it is me, and you are watching the Virtual Cantina watch along of Andor Season 2. Andor Season 2, people. Can you believe it's there? Because it's there. It really is. And so far, first 3 episodes have been going gangbusters and great. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I know people who weren't enjoying it that are enjoying it. The pew pew is great. And here is someone to fill the other hole in the box right there. Is Spencer has arrived. Dun,
Hey
dun, dun,
everybody, I'm
dun.
sorry. I'm still on Japanese time, so I don't know where the hell I am right now. But
Well, you're still on Japanese time, then you are damn sight early for this.
yeah,
Or late. I don't know. I can't. Would you late? I don't know. I don't.
I don't know, but yes, a Ski Prucko Appreciation Night. So
Ski Pro Appreciation Week
yes,
continues.
that's good.
Because if you were watching, that was the case this Monday on Clone Wars Revisited. And again, it was the case last night on the ICCC news desk. If you didn't catch that, you should. That was a great episode with ICCC founder Mike Havens. Go check that one out. We really talked like all things that are that con, a great kind of local con feeling thing, deals, stuff. So check it out.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun episode, fun show. We were very much involved in last year's show. Unfortunately, we're not going to be running Ubuntu Eve or anything with them this year. But we're planning to. We will have a table, so please make sure you go see Mark Truax and the whole crew that are going to be there. And just very, excited that we're going to have, any kind of presence at that show or any presence at the con as well. But yeah, I mean, it's really exciting. We're in the middle of con season. This is actually for various reasons. This was my first show back since Celebration, and boy, what a trip we just embarked off of. It was pretty.
I keep telling people I've been reliving Japan repeatedly. I've been back for fully 2 weeks at this point,
Mhm.
but I'm teaching my students about Japan as I used the
Ooh.
first week that I was completely jet lagged and ridiculous and useless to teach them about Japan because they had to guess where I was when I was gone. And so we kind of had a contest. They had researched some different places and that. So we talked all about it. And this week, okay, Spencer, I have a slight confession. And to all you out there is I'm using child labor for Star Wars Celebration LA 2027 swag. I'm teaching them about swag and what it is and how to do designs. And I'm having them draw pictures of Star Wars characters that you may well see in 27 as stickers.
So yes, in the role of Kathy Lee Gifford, we have Dave's got his own sweatshop going on over there.
It's for educational purposes. They're learning things.
Yes, absolutely. But so Star Wars Celebration. We're back in Cali. We're going back to Cali. We're going to Los Angeles, and March 31st, 2027. You already know is going to be episode 5. So I can.
No, don't.
I can't say anything.
No.
But holy crap! That's all I can say.
Okay, that you can say that. Don't. Normally this is reversed, right? You, me, and no, but you will give stuff away. Stop it.
Seriously.
It's going to be big. We are at the VCN, are already calling people, making contacts. We've already started on swag, people. Like, the ideas are just out the yin yang on the thing. Yes, Troy, Spencer needs an NDA. Okay. If we have any friendly lawyers in the group right there, haha, that was an oxymoron right there. But right there. Somebody draw me up an NDA for this, because
this is huge. All I can say is
you are so correct, Sherry. No, you can say nothing. All you can say is "holy crap." Those are the 2 words you're allowed to say.
Let's just say we're leveling up again.
Yes, indeed. All right, well, let's get back to another topic. It's Ski Pruckle Appreciation Week, right? Ski Pruckle Fan Club, because he's an internet celebrity. And you got to see the internet celebrity be sufficiently embarrassed on Monday night. Everybody who talks to or communicates or messages with good old Ski this week, wish him a happy Appreciation Week, and make sure you sufficiently embarrass him that this is the way, as it were.
Yes, absolutely is. But we're going to be around. I know him. He's like Santa. Santa, I know him.
Exactly, Troy. Oh, Troy, by the way, I was telling this kids loved, and I was surprised that some of the older kids actually got your swag. Your swag specifically is like sitting on the table laid out for them to learn about. And as it is a mashup, right? And I'm like, does anybody know where this comes from? And, you get the first examples, which are like, Star Wars. And I'm like, duh, it's Star Wars, dude. And I'm like, yes, Star Wars and Japan. Yes. But can you tell me what else? It's a cross. No. And I got one. It's like, dude, that's like the logo for Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. I was like, exactly. Yes.
It's
featured prominently in my lesson plans this week, Troy. You are. Yes, Sherry, you are also internet celebrity adjacent, because you do have a room at Ski Pruckle's house.
So let's talk about something that is actually kind of interesting. We have grown.
Oh, yes.
Just shy of 12,000 members since we left Japan.
Yes. Why are there not at least, like 12,000 of you on the stream right now? Share, all your friends. Tell them now.
We've grown over 17,000 members since from the time we got to Japan to today. We're just shy right now, 200 shy of 92,000 members.
Wow.
which we could probably get in the next 2-3 hours.
Completely. We have, we've got sitting over here, we've got at least 4 participant requests in the queue there.
Yep.
So people are joining every day, and we love it, and it's great. And I want to see more of you people, right? I want you out here watching the shows, asking the questions, because if you want to learn about Star Wars Celebration, even though we're watching Andor, right? Even though we're going to be talking about Celebration because that's what this channel's about all the time.
There's a lot of great groups out there, and I keep on telling this to a lot of people, is that there are a lot of great celebration groups out there. Unfortunately, a lot of these groups, they don't have an off season.
Yeah.
And they basically, celebration is over, you're not going to see them until the next show, unless there's some information or they're sharing, everything. We keep our celebration spirit alive 24/7. The whole crux of our group is actually in preparation for celebration the next time. And with it being in Los Angeles in 2027 for the 50th, it's going to be an absolute incredible weekend. And we're back to a 4-day celebration.
Oh, and let me tell you this, the Troy, you're talking about my heart is full from learning about your stuff. My heart was full because one of my kids today, when they were designing their swag, again, never too early to design your swag for 27, asked what anniversary was, did the math, and did a 50th anniversary swag piece. And I'm like, you are my favorite. It's very nice. It's good. It's going to be big. Yes, Tom, there will be a thing. It will be a big thing. Huge.
Yes.
Big, no.
Massive.
Okay. That very nearly got political.
Yes, but I want to also thank everybody for those who bought tickets for the Not So Virtual Cantina Special Edition. Not only was it standing room only, but we had a line of about 100 outside in a standby line to the point where we actually had to.
That we got in.
They gave us the extra hour at the location so we could get everybody else into their bar and just be, have an incredible event. It was religious. It really, like halfway through, I turned to the team like, am I overwhelmed right now? Yes, but I'm overwhelmed with my heart is full that we, like Troy said, exactly. We did it. We were talking about the VCN has sold out 3 continents in the world now.
That is the level of crazy. And let me take this opportunity to remind you that you said we weren't going to try in Japan. I told you so.
I know. And I listen, I always say to you guys, and I say this all the time, I'm not above reproach. I was not going to run. And I want to thank, a lot of our great guests who actually helped me make the decision to run. And then,
it was an amazing event, a jam slam packed event full of goodness. I loved all of our guests were absolutely amazing. However, after last night's ICC news desk, I got a bone to pick with Jim Swearingen. Okay. Bone to pick with you.
Why is that?
Because Jim did not give me any inside information on the fact that he is doing a custom figure for ICCC.
Oh. Well, since you're not going to be there, I mean, it's no secret that we're going to be in Texas this summer.
Yes.
And so will Jim.
Right. But Jim, these are limited edition, and Mike Hayden sell those jokers out. I've already made phone calls. I'm making phone calls. I'm like,
you called Mark, didn't you?
Hello.
You called Mark Truex, didn't you?
Mike. But it's like, look, I'm just sitting here going that I still do a phone symbol like this, and nobody knows what that means.
Yes.
He's like, no, it's like,
yes, Commissioner.
yes.
But yeah, so more
Absolutely. All were amazing.
Yes. NDA inbound? No.
Oh, he's talking about like Jim or whatever. Yeah. Is you got to use them all. There, AJ is like people. You got to tell me when there's exclusive figures, dude. I need the exclusive figures.
But stay tuned to all your VCN channels. Obviously, this weekend is May the 4th. It's Star Wars weekend, even though that we know that, every day is Star Wars Day.
It's also free comic book day on Saturday, by the way.
Yes. But stay tuned because there's going to be some interesting late Easter eggs coming through on the interwebs. So,
well, Tom, you are so very much correct. This weekend, above all else, we are going to run this Joker like a network. We are going to have multiple May the 4th specials that will be aired this weekend. Sadly, because of technical reasons or whatever, they're not going to be live and as interactive as this show it can be. But we are going to have multiple Star Wars May the 4th specials. And like every couple of hours on a schedule, we are going to rebroadcast, like, just stream it at the moment, at the time, rebroadcast some of the greatest hits of the VCN. All sorts of stuff May the 4th related, May related, all sorts of great episodes that we've had with some amazing guests, including like Hal Hickle. Yes, it is all day Sunday. We're just gonna go. I think the first May the 4th special starts at like noon, and we're gonna just roll content the whole rest of the day. It's gonna be fun.
No, very excited about everything that we're doing here. Keep like I said, keep in mind and your eyes on the VCN. We're gonna have a lot of really great content and information.
And can we tell them what to look forward? Can we on the date with the new and the
Why not?
Okay, you go. Oh, I get to tell them.
Oh yes.
Okay. So you think May the 4th is big? We're gonna have Revenge. There's always the Revenge of the 5th, right? And there's the Revenge of the 6th. But your real treat is we're going to have another news desk on. Oh, see, thank you, Lonnie. We're going to have another news desk on May the 7th. Okay. And we are going to be talking and officially announcing, right, Spencer? Officially announcing the things?
We're officially announcing things.
Yes. Officially announcing things on the 7th for Texas.
Yes.
For Texas.
Yes.
I'm just telling you, people. Because everything is bigger in Texas.
And the stars are bright. Da, 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 da. And maybe they will find the basement of the Alamo.
Oh, I saw a TikTok where somebody found an ancient undiscovered bike in there.
Oh.
Ooh.
Well, and
if you don't know what we're talking about, we're old.
Yes.
Just saying. I
want to give props right now to our new marketing director who's in the crowd right now, Mr. AJ Hansen. You might know as the 2022 Alderon Idol champion. He is now our marketing director. He has graciously taken on the position, which has been, needed in many capacities. And one also want to plug right now is that, please make sure that you follow us on our new website at virtualcantinanetwork.com. as well as on our YouTube, our Instagram, on our X, and our TikTok. And always, don't forget, make sure that you like this video, share, subscribe, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
We're on the march right now. We are 700 days from Star Wars Celebration 2027, and also 699 days
Yes.
for episode 5.
Episode 5. So many things. So many things.
So many things. But please, yes, there will be
the announcement of the announcement, an announcement announcing the announcement's announcement. Yes. All of those.
Exactly. But this is the preempted announcement of the announcement.
Right. Because that was not planned. That was just me running my mouth.
Yes. But we are very excited to say that. And just let's just let you know is that outside of our own shenanigans, this is the biggest collection of shenanigan that we've ever done outside of our typical broadcasts.
Oh yeah, I think this is going to be huge. This is going to be fun. There's so much happening. But let's talk about what we're getting ready to start talking about here in about 8 minutes, friends. So if fair warning right now, shenanigan, yes, it's a word now, Troy, is we coined it. It's ours. Is shenanigirl. See, that's exactly what I thought. Is there a gender neutral version of shenanigan? I don't know. Shenana them? I'm not sure.
You know something? I think there needs to be 2 new t-shirts.
Shenanigan and Shenanigirl.
Exactly.
And we're writing that one down. We're it's 7 minutes out. Be queuing up your D+ for Andor season 2, episode 4, Shenana them.
Do 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 do. Shenanigan. Do 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 do.
Now that shit stuck in my head.
Yeah. Stop it, guys! You're being a dead horse here.
Yes, Andor season 2, episode 4.
Yeah. Wow, this season got off to a really crazy start last week. Lots of pew pew. Ski Pruckle, as you remember, it's an appreciation week. He's loving the show.
He is, and he did not like it last season.
Right.
Too slow. No, not enough pew pew.
Yes. But this season has been absolutely insane, and just world building, and storyline building that's leading up to obviously Rogue One. It's really a really great season this season, and it's fast paced. And
I'm telling everyone that they are setting up the Virtual Cantina Network for the longest series of content ever on the world, when we have to set up a special event where we rewatch this in order, at the same time, 12 episodes and then 12 episodes and then a movie, and then you have to watch A New Hope immediately after you watch Rogue One, because that's the way it goes.
So
this is going to be us on a caffeine bender, and just by the time we hit our 8, we're just going to be wired, tired, plastered, or God knows what.
Yes, so in 2 weeks we will be watching Rogue One and into A New Hope as well. I always joke that after I watch Rogue One, because of the last scene, 10 minutes, I have to watch A New Hope. When you see TNT4, you kind of have to. And Diego Luna's Floud said to us several times that you're going to want to watch Rogue One after watching the final episode of Andor. Well, yeah, dude, you're gonna want to watch A New Hope as well.
Yes. And AJ, I'm not even justifying that comment with putting it on the screen because we can do that with the StreamYard, the power of the StreamYard. We can do that.
Yes. So we're about 5 minutes. So please make sure you get your D Plus machines all queued up. And also don't forget as well is that this weekend, Tales of the Underworld comes out.
Yes. The 4th is a huge one for Tales of the Underworld.
Very excited. We're getting some stories about Cad Bane. I mean,
that was an amazing preview at Celebration.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm unfortunately I missed that panel, but Dave saw it. He said it was fan. I got the poster. Yeah. But no, a lot of great things. I mean, I'm sure Dave talked about last week. Dave, Marty Matulis are one of our newest inductees into the VCN Hall of Fame. We're at the panel and watched the first episode, and people were cheering and people were screaming throughout the entire episode. Like
so, Lonnie, I think after we see Tales of the Underworld, we're going to have a long discussion about did this hurt, help? What did this do to the context of Dark Disciple that everybody loves? I think there's going to be a long discussion about that after this comes out. But I'm up for it. I'm waiting to see it.
No, it's going to be a lot of fun. And I want to thank 27 viewers that we have plus. That we not including our Instagram viewers. Thank you all for joining us tonight. And like we were just talking about, we had 2 new inductees into the VCN Hall of Fame in Japan. Obviously, first and foremost, our longtime friend and comrade, the Pirate Vane himself, Mr. Marty Matulis, who will be back with us watching Rogue One. After we watched the new episode of Andor in Japan, we're like, Marty, we got to get you back for Rogue One. Like, see what your thoughts are there. But also...
Hey, this is Marty Matulis. I play Vane on The Mandalorian, and you're watching the Virtual Cantina Network.
Sorry, had to do it.
And that guy, but we also inducted another person who has a video.
You guys say the name first. We already did it the way last time. You say the name and then we play the video.
Okay, well, you made me look stupid there because people thought I froze again, but I have new internet.
No, we did it one way. That way. You say the name, then I play the video.
And then second of all, we'd like to welcome to the VCN Hall of Fame someone who is a friend of ours that's blowing up like crazy, Katie O'Brien.
Hey, this is Katie O'Brien, and you're watching the Virtual Cantina Network.
See, that's how that works.
I see how. But it was great because Katie literally was coming over for her honeymoon and just worked out timing-wise that she was able to come to our event as she was going to go around Japan with her wife. So we're very happy that Kylie and Katie were able to make it. Props out to everybody who's at boutique. Sorry, not so. Yeah, it was a boutique. Hey, great.
Semantics.
Which, by the way, Manny Jacinto is now a proud owner of a VCN Semantics T-shirt, and was one of the coolest dudes to meet in Celebration. What a great guy. Great ambassador. I hope we get more of the Stranger. I know that they gave him the first Hasbro Stranger bucket on the Star Wars show stage that he walked around the stage wearing the bucket.
That's cool.
Yeah. But I did get one of my autographs. Actually, yeah, one of my autographs, I got him to write semantics on it, which was actually really, really
very cool. That is excellent.
Right. It's about that time right now, so please make sure your D Plus machines are all queued up to episode 4 of Andor season 2. Dave, Roll that countdown.
All right, you got to put it right there on the Disney Plus screen. And here, where'd it go? Oh crap! Sorry. Oh, haha! We made it happen.
So can we
Don't
also
no previews? Don't script, no recaps.
So how awesome is it if you go to when you log into your D Plus, it does the Disney swoosh with a lightsaber now burning through it. It's like, and you're watching the Disney Channel.
It should have done that like 47 years ago.
Yes, when there was women. No, there wasn't.
Spiders are not the most.
Because we were like one.
Yes. You got to get the D Plus machines are.
Okay, so let's just talk about this. This in a way is like you got the, meeting the mother of the guy and having like the worst, first family introduction ever. Not trying to put you in there, but was that like when you met your son-in-law?
Hey. There are no parallels between Star Wars and real life, ever.
Yeah, and there's no politics in Star Wars either.
No, not at all. It's not like, an entire group of Imperial officers like planning to use propaganda to confuse the masses actually would happen in reality.
So how incredible was the running of the prisoners we saw there? I mean, our good friend Phil, there's a great picture of Phil riding a rubber ducky, and he came over to talk to Dave and I while they were running.
So here's the thing. I heard this was true, but I have no confirmation that there was a simultaneous prisoner running.
Yes.
They were running in the streaming stages at the same time they were running in the celebration stage.
They couldn't get everybody into the first one, so they broke them up into 3 groups. So every stage had a running of the prisoners.
That is pretty cool.
So it was great. Running the prisoners was absolutely fantastic this year.
And talking about fantastic, I'm really digging the way they're really giving us this soft, dramatic music as we get a little bit the end of the recap of last episode, and it's just like, wow. Okay. And I got to give y'all full disclosure at this point while we're on the Lucasfilm logo. Life happens. Things are crazy. I'm pulling another one. I've done this before. I'm seeing this live with you guys right now. I have not watched this yet. Nope. Haven't had time. I'm like, and when it came up, and I could have watched it like a couple hours ago, but I was just like, dude, no, I will watch it with the VCN family for the first time.
Very, very excited. And I love the fact that we're
nice. That is good stuff. Ray is the man. I love the Andor logo. It's growing on me. It still looks like Quake from 1990.
That was actually the logo that the shirt that I wore for my photo op with Diego.
Mm.
You know, it would have been great if she had a can like a Jolt Cola. The official drink of the hacker. No.
BBY 3. Here we go. Like big time jump. It's what all of these trilogies of episodes are going to be.
I saw a meme the other day, which I thought was pretty hilarious, saying, I love the prequel era. And it was Andor Season 1, Andor Season 2, and Rogue One. I'm like, that's actually really cool. I like that.
That's clever.
But the fandom has hate it.
Poor Biggs. All the shit happens to Biggs.
But no, I mean, great. This just it's just so much fun, and I was amazed how many people like traveled to Japan, and they
Oh yeah.
said between 100 to 150 thousand members of the Star Wars family at con, which I believe that. But how many people that we knew, like walking in the door, like, what, you're here? Like, you're here and you're here? It was like,
Mm.
a great sense.
Oh, the people, the surprises, the people that we didn't know were there. Um, and like I said, when I've been teaching about this all week, is one of the hugest surprises that my kids get is I was like, oh yeah, who'd you go with? Did you go by yourself? No, I was going with my wife and my daughter and like 150 of my friends. And they're like, what? And then I showed the picture, right? I showed I've been showing the family portrait outside of Star Tours. So that's not even everybody.
Right.
And I'm just like, they're just like, what?
And thank you to everybody who showed up to all of our meetups, whether it was at Disneyland or Seas or even our family final portrait. It was just nice to see so many members of our group and to see our logo.
Oh yeah.
Pretty awesome.
So what's your over and under? And don't tell me spoilers if it happens in the next 2 episodes, damn it. What's your over and under that Bix bites it? Because I just don't see anybody making it out. Like the only people that make it out of this show alive are gonna bite it in Rogue One. I mean, Mon Mothma is about it.
So are you thinking in this episodes, or are you saying in the series?
No, I'm talking about in the series.
Oh, I think in the series, yes.
Oh yeah, I think Bix has got to bite it. It's because Cassian has to be freed to have that like romantic tension with Jen in
Right.
Rogue One.
It's definitely, you're going to lose a lot of these characters, but we saw it in episode 3.
Okay, I think you need to tell us more of that, Troy. Not So Virtual Cantina shirt is or was on a Japanese news show. What?
Pixar never happened.
Exactly.
But the fact that we already started seeing the tension between director Krennic and supervisor Deidre in the first 3 episodes. So it's just pretty awesome.
I'm going to have to make a cosplay tie like this. That is just the like subtlest little wackadoodle detail.
Well, it's almost like a belt.
But it's got like a special place it's got, I think that's a buckle or a clip, or maybe it is. Maybe it's like a magnetic little clip. That just almost appears to be like a little hole that it's coming out of his shirt or something. I don't know. I'm going to have to like freeze frame and look closer. It's like, what level of paranoid dude are you sitting a little string on the...
So let's talk about this. Obviously there's a lot of contention about, real word curse words being in season 1. Obviously, with the soldiers saying shit, and honestly, I'm sorry, but Mrs. Dursley was supposed to say F the Empire and didn't.
Right.
And the first words out of Andor's mouth in season 2 is shit. That was the first thing he says in the episode.
Oh, there you
go. Could there be a precedence for, now that Deidre and Cyril are living together, of a study of Stockholm syndrome? Because wasn't he like Stranger Danger in season 1?
Kind of was. Okay. Like was talking about a minute ago, is like everybody like basically dies in this thing. Nobody comes out of it. But Cyril's mom lives or we riot.
Cyril's mom is going to outlive everybody.
Yes.
But that Cyril's mom is also the quintessential stereotypical Jewish mother. Like, I'm not joking about that. She is, because the Jewish guilt thing going on, like whoa, and that her world revolves around her son and giving her son crap.
Let the record show he's saying that.
I love you, Mom. I know you. Yeah, I know you're a member of our group.
Yeah, the curse word happens. They curse here and there. They use English curses. I think it would be if they had something that was a little less funny than like poodoo or something. If they had like a serious curse word that Star Wars could just use.
Well, Dank Ferrick.
Well, Dank Ferrick still it's a little much. It doesn't roll off the tongue like shit. That's why I think it has to be. You need something quick and concise and like.
We need Mace Windu to show back up and say, somehow, MFer.
Yeah. Well, that's my thing. Is that should happen if they ever let Mace come back. If Mace Windu returns. Yes, exactly, Sherry. Like frack in Battlestar is like that is your thing. It's known. So yes, Tom, is this week's episode of Daughters of the Galaxy yesterday was actually a re-air of the Mother's Day special because how important mothers like Cyril's mother and like Mon Mothma are in Andor season 2. So they did a whole show a year ago on Mother's Day. And it's still relevant because mothers in the Star Wars universe, huge. And arguably the lack or the death of one said mother started all this shit.
Pretty much. It was amazing.
But as I was saying before, if they ever let Mace Windu return and he doesn't get an MF before, something's wrong.
So I want to give props as well to our good friend Tori from Twin Cities Comics. Tori ran a great private signing in conjunction with the Natso. So it was great to see him over there. Tori is actually doing a signing with Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
And makes me want to get BMF on the hilt of a lightsaber.
Mm-hmm. Now, at this point, are we are assuming that Deirdre purposely got Cyril moved to the planet, right? It's not like going to be a big like moral conundrum later when it's her job to blow up the planet and he's accidentally on the planet working there anyway, and she just because she'll push the button, she'll push the button. But we're assuming she's fine. She had it put there on purpose, right?
You think she's gonna actually accidentally kill him?
I don't think she'd accidentally kill him. I think if the time came to push the button and she had to push the button, it's push away. Oh yeah.
Such a great study about PTSD after she's been put through the mind flare, that she's having, trauma from the whole ordeal.
There's your critter. Oh ho. Mm-hmm.
So, Dave, what would you say outside of all of our activities and our shenanigans, which there were plenty?
Oh yes.
What was your favorite experience of Celebration Japan?
That is just like a tough one. Um, there were a lot of really cool times at Celebration Japan. And I mean, I enjoyed a lot of different things. I enjoyed a lot of the panels. I enjoyed the interactions that I had with a few, relatively few celebrities I got to get autographs from. But I mean, I'm gonna go with the easy choice and kind of like being recognized for my cosplay and getting called up onto the celebration stage
Oh,
like
you mean
before.
Diet Dave?
We do not mention that name. It is the official Dave Filoni. Damn it! It is
Less caffeinated Dave Filoni
yes.
as DJ
Is
Elliott.
I went and I talked to DJ Elliott the next day, and he got an official Filoni pin. So it's like, no, you're not
I love the
coining it.
fact that the semifinals of the first event came down to Dave Filoni and Diet Palimoto.
Oh yes. I keep telling this story is like if I had had Fisher with me, damn it, we'd have won.
Yes. But no, it was great to see Dave on stage in full Filoni regalia, and it was that was like a great way for you to kick off your celebration. I mean, always talked about the fact that I was on the stage for London, but
Sherry is my favorite.
Sherry, you're voted off the island.
No, we got more votes than him, Sherry.
Fake news, Dave. Fake news.
Oh, yeah. This is really like fun little this is a moment that you get in Andor that is like there is real life in Star Wars. You've got the playing back and forth between Bix and Andor like they are married, which I'm assuming they're not. Um I mean, I don't know that we ever any that there's a lot of stuff happens off screen, but we haven't seen that or heard that or said any of
Right.
it. But it's a very much married couple living together thing. So her trying to like make fun of him with the spicy peppers is like that just happened over dinner here.
Yeah. We also had, speaking of spicy peppers, or food in general, some really good food over in Japan. And I'm not just talking like the 7-Eleven and the Lawsons. That like I had 2 Lawsons in my hotel when I was
Mm,
in Chiba.
yeah.
But some great sushi. I had great shabu shabu, wagyu shabu shabu,
Mhm.
which is incredible. Um, the curries that I had at Disney were immensely amazing.
Yeah, Sherry, as I heard she called him her husband, but are they doing that because they're on the lam and they're kind of in code and it's easier to explain, you know, that they're husband and wife than it is to not, you know? That's why I was like, I don't know. We don't know. Maybe we'll find out. Um, but yeah, no, there was great food, and I even enjoyed a lot of the Japanese takes on American food. Like we at our hotel we had the Japanese American breakfast,
Right.
where their take is eggs, but you could put ketchup on your eggs, right? It's like
Right.
eggs over easy, eggs an omelet or whatever, with ketchup on it, and then they don't no hash brown but French fries, and then like an English muffin. And I'm like, that's an interesting take. It's very different than an actual American breakfast, but um,
But no, definitely good. And one of the things I loved, especially with the Lawsons, is they had a wrapped pancakes, maple syrup pancakes with butter inside it, and it was like on a stack. So it felt like you were getting a double cheeseburger, but it was just two pancakes on top of each other wrapped. And then it was absolutely incredible.
That's pretty cool.
And obviously the melon bun was always good.
Well, I thought again their take on like the deconstructed cheeseburger
Right.
was also pretty darn cool. Is cheeseburger, no bun, lettuce on the sides, and like this random like nacho cheese sauce poured across it.
Right. Did Memes ever find food that she actually liked?
So yes, at of course, like a Lawson's, there was I don't think it was a Lawson's, but it was the equivalent of like a convenience story type thing in our hotel room, and their ramen was she loves. Like she could heat up the water in the coffee pot in the hotel room and make the ramen, and it was all good stuff.
I went to an incredible ramen place in Shinjuku that, like, I don't know if I can ever have ramen again. It was that good.
Mm.
And it had pork in it, and it had Japanese fried chicken.
Ooh.
Between this scene right now and also the scene in Skeleton Crew, they love showing hotels. Are they trying to say it's like we messed up on the Halcyon, we're sorry, so we're going to put two different hotels in different shows?
Oh, but yeah, no, because the Halcyon's already canon in the thing. No, because that's in the books and the things. Is the Halcyon? Isn't that like where Han and Leia honeymooned or something?
Yes.
So it will live forever, regardless of what they do with it. Which some people I think are saying is just storing a bunch of extra crap right now.
Yes, exactly. So, how heavy was your bags coming home?
My bags were slightly lighter than going, but that's because I had one more of them.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I had packed inside of my big hard-sided suitcase, I had packed a duffel. So I took out all of my clothes that were just like completely replaceable. It's like, I can buy another pair of Wranglers or whatever at home, who cares, and throw them in the duffel and just check that. And then all of the good stuff all of the good stuff that I got signed in the carry-on with me so it wouldn't get messed up. And then all of the other stuff that I got that I still didn't want destroyed in the hard-sided checked bag.
I was actually really excited that I thought I was not going to have to, use the duffel again that I brought over all the swag bags. No, I ended up putting all my clothes and all the shirts that I bought in the duffel, and my hard case was all my merchandise.
3, Troy. 3. Now, it did make a little bit for okay, so see, there you go. She's using him as a spy. He's doing this. I don't know that she's using him. I think he's happy to do it because he's the any opportunity to climb out of the things.
Aww.
Now I think
give me some sugar, baby.
Yeah, I think they've slightly jumped the shark here a little bit with the so clear nice of the video calling, the Skyping, the iMessaging or whatever. It doesn't, the tech doesn't look 70s enough. You know what I mean? When they've still got basically Pong on all the Death Star monitors.
Right.
And yeah.
Okay.
Does
This
this
is
room
awesome.
in the background behind you not remind you of like the inside of Epcot? What you
Yes,
imagine?
but I'm laughing at the scene between Cyril and Deidre. He's like, "How much time do we have? We have an hour. Turn off the lights." But you have me followed. Turn off the lights. I'm like,
Wow, wow, chicka, wow, wow.
how Cyril got his groove back. Oh man.
And just a reminder, all of the silliness that you see on our T Public funds swag at Boon to Eves and Notsos and crazy events that we do. So buy the silliness, wear the silliness like
Live
this.
the silliness.
Live the silliness.
Yes, we are full of shenanigan guy and shenanigan girls.
Shenanigan guy and shenanigan girls.
But it's it was a religious experience because like how many of us would have actually gone to Japan or even attempted a Japanese trip if it wasn't for Celebration?
The only reason that I ever would have gone to Japan would be if I had if I had started to complete my list of Disney's, right? I think that is it. But that is of course my only regret that it's the thing is Celebration took me to Japan. I probably wouldn't have gone to Japan. Celebration took me to Disney Tokyo Disney. I probably would not have gotten there this quickly. But I do somewhat regret that I did not get to see as much of the countryside of Japan, the other cities other than Tokyo and Chiba, that I would have liked to. The timing on Celebration being over Easter weekend just can't take much more of that time off.
To me, it was more like along the lines of I went with the expectation that I was going to be okay with the time I had. And I left with the feeling of it's not an if, it's a when I go back. Because I would love to go to Kyoto. I would love to go to Osaka. There were many other things I would love to have done if I had the opportunity to.
Absolutely agreed. I think the only thing that I would do different is I would like fly across the country and fly out of LA or San Francisco or fly out of Alaska. Go there, spend a day or two to acclimate to that.
Dave, we all know that you'll never get to Alaska.
I know. Well, if I drive, because
yeah,
if I drive. But yeah, is like take that time to do that.
So
they did go all in on the getting these smarmy Imperials to have 70s stashes right there.
Yes. But every time he goes to his mother's house, he has to have his Cocoa Puffs.
Well, of course. That's how that works.
Good morning, Coruscant. Would have been great if they had stir whip on the TV. That'd be incredible.
Oh, that would be fun in the background.
You said cosplay at con?
No, I don't think I saw that one.
Oh yeah, I was there. It was awesome.
Nice.
I don't know if I really liked the fact it was a 3-day con. To me, it felt like a regular con at that point.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like it was a long. It felt like it was longer days, even though they were shorter days, really. Mm-hmm. Spencer, are you on the wrong episode? People seem to think you're talking about things that are happening in the next episode. Have you been watching the wrong episode the whole time?
Yes.
Oh my gracious! Here we
Again.
go.
I'm gonna pause it.
See, and I'm not noticing because I'm just taking this stuff in for the first time, and I'm thinking, oh, is there something in the background that I didn't see? What happened? You know, Mon is talking about an 18% raise and 38 stats and increases in governments and taxes and tariffs and things and stuff.
Do me a favor, remind me never take a nap before a show. That's why I was late. My alarm. I didn't hear my alarm.
It makes for such good television, Spencer.
You know, that's if I can't do that, but at least hey, so you saw Bix and Cassian get busy, right?
Damn it, are you now trying to spoil shit for me?
Or maybe not. I don't know.
No, I am sitting here, Gorman taking away this dude with like this, like the perfectly manicured beard and the sweatback and the crazy train elevator through Coruscant that looks like the Tower of Terror on crack.
That Tower of Terror in Japan was crazy.
I did not get to ride that one.
Oh my god, it was more drops, and the story in it was absolutely incredible.
Yep, exactly. This is where Luthen meets. Is let's meet at the elevator, man. Oh no. And now, like all people know, they know like Dedra is known about. Smarmy Stash Dude is a double agent.
He's on a concert over in Europe.
Ooh, cool. I think there are a lot of fun. The celebs that are on the international circuit right now. I think I saw a post from Brendan Wayne earlier today that he's on his way to Sydney.
He's on his way to Sydney, and our good friend Dominic's over in Germany for Power of the Force with Marty, Barry Lowen, Howie Weed, Denise Gaw is on the show. I'm caught up with you, by the way, right now.
Okay, good. Is the approaching the podium?
Yes.
Excellent.
Sorry, folks. Like I said, I'm still on Japanese time. I was in the future.
The past, the future, the past, just but a different day, and I don't know. I'm telling you, the what blew my mind, and you should see the faces of like a room full of like 9 and 10-year-olds when I explained to them that we left Tokyo at 4 p.m. on Easter Sunday, flew on a 13-hour freaking flight, and landed at 4 p.m. in Atlanta, Georgia on Easter Sunday.
As they try to do the math. It's almost like when you watch Alan from The Hangover, like trying to do the math as how he's counting the cards.
Yes, it is something. Okay, did they make up a language for this show? Because it sounds like they're speaking French, but not.
It's called Gore.
Okay. And this too, if this show is popular, will be coming to a university near you. You can major in Gore or Canon.
Look at that. That he went. Is that the Star Wars equivalent of?
I thought they were calling for the Wild Thing. Aren't they calling for Rick Vaughn? No.
Come on, Ricky, give him the heater.
Bring me the rider. Bring me the righty.
Or President Screw, salute. Hail Screw.
Yes.
How cool is to see Sigourney in Japan?
That was really cool. It was one of the things, and the Andor panel was one of the things too that I think is a celebration missed opportunity. You have all of these people that we would have all clamored for a signing.
Yep.
Okay. Genevieve, holy crap! If she'd just done like a couple of hours at a table after the panel or whatnot, huge. Sigourney, I think did do a private signing there and did like tons of stuff and huge, but just as much as the fans embraced them when they were just on the live stage.
I had one opportunity on day 3. There was that, I guess, that Entertainment Tonight, like, or whatever, Collier set that was above the autograph hall. That was so as they were getting ready to come down, when it was Dave, John, and Rosario, there's obviously a huge crowd there. Obviously, I got ready. I had my chopper pop that I was carrying around since 2019. Hey, Dave, can I get you a chopper pop? Sorry, I can't. And I was like, the dejected little kid. I'm like, okay.
If he'd stopped and done that, it would have been pandemonium.
I gotta give props to our member Josh Rowe, who has been doing the same thing since 2019 and carrying a chopper with him. And he happened to be at the Pokemon Center. And who was at the Pokemon Center but Dave?
Yes. Yeah, that was fabulous. I saw that. And if you're a member of the group and you're there that happened to have it appeared to be a script or something on the side of the live stage when Favreau was coming off the live stage, just right over on the side. This person was close enough to be able to hand John. It appeared to be a script, and John went ahead and signed it and handed it back.
Jeff guy's name badge signed by Favreau. And someone dried Pedro's pants a little too short. He was like, he was in the dryer for way too long.
Pedro has his own fashion sense.
Pedro was wearing Grogu's pants.
Well, it's something like that. He's just like, woo. Oh, and it's apparently, we would be remiss if this, I'm looking at something else over here in the other window. It's Anthony Daniels' birthday today. Anthony Daniels turned 79. Anybody know that that's accurate? Because you can't believe the internet.
No. But you can trust in the Virtual Cantina Network.
This is not the show for that. If you want actual facts, you need to watch Jedi Archives or something. No, see, somebody was on crack. No, see, this is why you can't believe all the memes and the things. The official internet-y thing says that he was born February 21st, 1946. It's like, why are you saying his birthday is May the 1st, people? I don't know. And they are managing to mix in, a lot of drama here. That is, the first three were the pew pews, and we're not getting the pew pews. But
Well,
but it
you got the ebbs and flows,
right.
I want to give props, no pun intended and pun intended, to our official sponsors of the Not So Virtual Cantina, Hyperspace Props, because
Yeah,
that box setup that they had at the Not So was absolutely fantastic, and it was hopping all night.
it was great. They were all over it the whole time. Display set up of all sorts of the cool credits and things that they always have. I love their Halcyon credits. Those are so nice.
Yeah. Did you see their at Atten credits?
I did not.
They gave one to Marty and to Cariana, and also one on a necklace.
If I had seen them, I would probably own them, and they would be sitting right here with my regular credits. But
yeah,
I did not. See, I love these. These are just fiddleable thing. It's like the little Star Trek Gold Press Latinum. It's just that kind of nice, convenient-y little size.
right.
Though this would be hell if this were your actual monetary system that you had to carry around in your pocket.
Well, it's like what we always joke when you have that Scrooge McDuck scene in Skeleton Crew with the credits falling on top of Jod. It was like, dude, that's metal. Like, you'd be screaming in pain if it was cascading the way it was.
Oh yeah, and it would be the same level of thing. It was a lot like, personally, in my experience in Japan, is there was a lot more metal change used than I'm used to.
Right.
Here everything is basically dollar bills, and if you get a couple of coins, then end of the day you just kind of throw it in a bowl and you do nothing with it.
So I've obviously brought a change purse with me for obviously this trip, and when I went to go cash in my yen at the bank, they wouldn't take my coinage. They would only take my bills. So I have like $20 US worth of coins that it's just gonna sit in a thing. But I got it out. We have 50 viewers right now on this show.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you so much. And I also want to please make sure that you are following us on all the interwebs, including our brand new virtualcantinanetwork.com.
Yes.
YouTube page at Virtual Cantina Network, Instagram and Twitter and the TikTok. We would love for you to join us on all that. And please make sure, as we come to, we're in Holy Weekend this weekend, or Holy Week, as we like to call it here on the VCN, that we have broadcasts throughout the May the 4th, as well as May the 5th, and also some special news. There will be a Rebel Scum Con news desk next week on the 7th.
Yes.
Or as Bruce Almighty, I'll see you on the 7th at 7, literally. That MVO and I will be sitting down with the guys from Rebel Scum Con, and we got a little something to talk about something that involves something.
Yes. So much something.
Something
Woo!
Dark Side.
Forrest Whitaker.
Okay, so this has to be pre-Geonosis because he does not have his full scuba gear on.
He's got kind of some robotic-y looking pieces and parts, but no, you're right. He's not hitting the oxygen repeatedly.
I see 2 tubes back.
Oh, is this what did it to him?
The
Rhydon? What?
No, it was Geonosis. It was Geonosis.
Okay.
so I'm not quite sure. I love Forrest Whitaker, but I keep on seeing he's the football player that wants to get tickets to Earth, Wind, and Fire from Damone in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
It's always the where you come to someone.
Yeah.
Because where do you come to? Paul Bettany.
I go back to Knight's Tale.
Exactly. And the same thing for Tudyk.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, see, there you go. Like, you see, these are like more competent rebels.
They're the militant. They heal like the militant wing.
Well, the other ones were sort of supposed to be militant, but I guess maybe it's a year later. Maybe they got their shit together.
A lot of things can happen in a year.
Yeah.
Here you go. So tell the story about you and this.
Oh, Wash the Leaf on the Wind. Yeah, so Troy is Tudyk, of course, was in Japan and signing autographs. And I'd planned ahead for this. I had from a while back is I have a whole series of the Firefly. These are made by Funko, by the way. This is Funko before Funkos were Funkos.
Can we pause for a second? Does this look like this is Pon Far?
Yeah. It's very...
It's Trekkie.
Cinematographic. No. But cinematic. You have to slow things down and play for the drama.
But
in there.
When I first saw this, I'm like, okay, is this Savick and young Spock? Upon Far? No?
I mean, it's like that because what was it 2 fingers? It's like 2 fingers, and it's like, and it's sad that we know this. It really truly is. But yeah, you got to slow that down and
your nerd is showing.
When is it not? When is it not? And this is like People on the Run. This is like a classy apartment, dude. Like these wraparound windows and the whole schmear. That's like classy place. But yeah, no, I was sitting there telling the story is I've had the Firefly figures forever. I lugged the Wash figure all the way to Japan. And I saw Tudyk, and Tudyk had like one family ahead of me in line, and I just roll right up, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm going to kind of break the protocol here, and I don't know if you've done a lot of signing of your other projects, but like, boom, here it is. This is where I came to know you. This is what I want signed. Okay, this is also very like Star Trekky. Is she like, I thought she was going to like put the eye drops in her eyes, like the little video gamey thing that just like mesmerized Wesley Crusher.
No, I think she has a death stick. All right, that was a great full episode. I enjoyed watching that episode with you guys.
Yeah, the part that you saw. All right, friends. So we're not gonna like go. You just hang on and hit your next episode button, and then just kind of when it gets to the D+ screen, pause it, and we'll restart our counter and do the things we'll give it another countdown. So we're all on the same page and the same episode this time.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry.
Stop.
But anyway,
Reset.
for those who have just joined us, thank you very much for joining us here at the Virtual Cantina Network, where we are currently sitting at.
I was there a minute ago. Hold on. We've added some people in. There have been some requests while we're talking. We are at stop it, celebrate post. 91,785 members.
Ooh, fantastic. So we're on the march to 100,000 members, but we thank you all for joining us. And thank you very much to the 53 plus viewers that are watching with us right now. We greatly appreciate you coming on the show. And every week on Thursday nights, we do a nice watch along of Wearer Properties. And this is the first time ever because they're dropping 3 episodes a week on a show that we have to do 2 nights of watch alongs. So
Yes.
Don't forget to tomorrow night, MVO will be back with the ladies and watching episode 6. We'll be watching episode 5 in a little bit, or rewatching it in my case.
I again will be watching this news. First time I've seen this. The first time I had seen episode 4, loved it. Great. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again because, of course, we're mouthing off and doing things.
Right.
But to get the detail, but I like to do that anyway. I like to get a second watching in at some point. So yeah, this one very dramatically different than the first 3. It's not all the pew pew. It's drama, but drama in a different way than the drama that we had in the first 3. Like, there was drama in episode 3, right? Mon Mothma just going off at the wedding drama and the dancing and the thing. Yeah. But this was a very different dramatic-y kind of thing. It was back to a lot of the kind of slow burn of season 1 early episodes. But still good and still has our attention and is holding that. So I think that's really cool.
Indeed. So what kind of shows can they expect on the VCN marathon? At least on Sunday for May the 4th.
So for May the 4th on the VCN, I'll tell you what I've already kind of downloaded and ready is we've got a watch along of Ahsoka Part 7, episode 44 of Rebels Revisited, celebrating Ezra Bridger with Ezra Bridger, the voice of Ezra Bridger himself.
Jabba the Hutt?
Yes, Jabba the Hutt on our network. Virtual Cantina speaker series with Paul Hirsch. That was a great one. Daughters of the Galaxy, the best of 2024. And my personal favorite of these so far, there's going to be more that are favorites as well. Watch along of The Mandalorian Chapter 16 with, behind the scenes interest and talk with Hal Hickel from ILM.
VCN Hall of Famer.
VCN Hall of Famer Hal Hickel from ILM is that's just a taste. I think I might have downloaded about maybe less than half of them so far that we're going to work on and get in there. But there's episodes of Celebrating Autographs. There's Celebratings of the Skeleton Crew after show. Blob of the Hutt's takeover of our network. That's a cool one in there. And, we've got a little bit of something from all of the shows. And we are going to wrap up the day there with, I love it. I can't get enough of it. I would do it again tomorrow with the Virtual Cantina, the Thursday night watch along, which you're watching right now, but of Return of the Jedi with special guest Kevin Thompson.
You mean VCN Hall of Famer Kevin Thompson?
VCN Hall of Famer Kevin Thompson, who also played in this little movie about Ewoks and, stuff.
Yes. Murder Bears.
Murder Bears.
Yes. But thank you very much for joining us for that. And also, don't forget, it is Ski Pruckle Appreciation Week. You can get your Ski Pruckle fan club t-shirts on our Rogue T Public store, which will get you guys, if you're interested, the address for. Ooh.
Murda Bears. Yeah, this one's the all-inclusive special one, the one-piece one.
So let's do a contest right now.
Ooh.
For a special piece of swag.
Special piece of swag.
So I'm going to text Dave right now the name of the answer of the question, which is going to be a name.
Okay.
So the prize is going to be one of my personal swags from Japan, which is the Mythosaur takes.
Yeah. The children love that one, by the way, because it's so huge. So huge.
Well, just let you know, this ended up in the hands of the man himself in Japan. Dave has one of these in his collection now.
Very nice. I like that.
Our own Dave Foloni is going to look on his feed for the correct answer to this. The winner, the first person to get it right, will DM me on the side with their address, and I will ship you one of my personal patches from Japan.
Sweet. That's a good prize. I like that. I love that patch.
The question is, in the movie A Knight's Tale,
we talked about that already.
Paul Bettany played a famous philosophizer / writer in A Knight's Tale. So his character was based upon a real writer and philosopher. What was Paul Bettany's character's name?
Jonathan Notman.
You want to get canceled? I mean, seriously. What was Bettany's character's name in Knight's Tale?
I am watching the feed very closely. I'm looking on my screen.
It's open to anybody.
I am seeing crickets. All the people. And I think it's funny that you felt the need to text me the right answer to that, because as if I did not know.
I was making sure because I don't remember the last time you watched that.
I think I own that on DVD.
I own it on VHS and DVD.
Crickets in the chat.
No crickets. Was that too obscure?
I don't know. It's either that or people have slow Google fingers. Everybody is Googling. Exactly, Sherry. Sherry's not going to win. Sherry stopped to make a comment instead of Googling.
It's like I always say to certain people, if you have time to text me, you have time to put up a post on Instagram or Twitter.
Or you have time.
Or as my boss used to say, if you have time to lean, you have time to clean.
My nerdiness is faster than the Google. Because, that one I knew.
Okay.
Hold on. Give them.
All right. I'll give you another minute before I think of a different question.
Okay.
I'll think of a different question in the process. But, okay. I'm going to 86 that question.
Nope, we're done right there. Nope, no answer.
All right. So the answer was Geoffrey Chaucer.
Yes.
So great question. I would say that a little too obscure.
Also, we're old.
That too. So let's do one more question, and maybe let's make it a Swarzy question.
Yeah.
Do I make it a Swarzy question as far as in Star Wars or VC and lore Star Wars?
I do Star Wars, just for the sake of getting some of our viewers are probably a little bit new to the VCN. Let's give them a little bit of a chance.
Okay,
General Star Wars.
not a problem. Uh, okay. Who was the captain of the Tantive 4 in episode 4?
I don't know who the captain was, but Mike was the cruise director. See what I did there?
Do I need to text you?
Yeah, you actually do. I'm pretty sure that I know, but let's be sure. Yeah. Well,
Did you know that?
I did. Aha! Winner, chicken dinner right there.
Okay, Sherry, you are the winner of VCN Japan patch. And I promise you, I will put this in the mail. I will mail this out, and maybe later on I'll give another one out. I have a bunch of them still. So,
like, minute too slow, Troy.
Minuto. So thank you very much, Sherry. We greatly appreciate your win. So it's about that time right now.
Yep.
So while we do the 10-second countdown and get into watching episode 5 for the second time.
Yes, let's watch episode 5. Here we go. Boom. Aha! Troy got stopped by the AI. Sleeping with the blaster under your pillow. What's the obsession with meeting in elevators there, Luthen?
So I'm just going to talk a little bit of behind the scenes right now, just because right now I don't want to obviously text Dave again while we're online. So we're not going to be doing obviously an after meeting, but let's just say that that new bucket that we both just got, yeah.
I have so many buckets to carry. I'm gonna need it's gonna be 7 heads in a duffel bag. Yeah, hell of a time getting through.
Yeah. That's all I have to say.
See how it is.
Boop 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 doo.
Any of you out there listening in VCN land, if you happen to work for a luggage manufacturer and could recommend something that is capable of carrying 5 or 6 freaking helmets safely on a plane that's not going to get me arrested, reach out, because this is my life. That's how many, once you start getting the helmet sign, you can't go back.
But yes, so that's all I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
We saw this coming though.
Yeah, it's been getting progressively more and more as we go on into the lead up. I'm gonna have to be watching. I told you, of course, I can't be on that special because I have other commitments that night. But I'm gonna be like that dad that's usually out to dinner with the family that's got the earbud in his ears listening to the sports game, but I'm going to be at the sports game with the earbud in my ear listening to the nerd stuff.
Yeah. The opposite of it all.
Oh, the things.
And I'm also texting you a little tidbit. I just want to see you squirm on television. I mean, So,
Oh, thank you, so. Yeah. Wow. Fancy.
yes. I like that Sith chalice, which you can buy at Doc Ongar's.
Well, why not?
So this was the scene where I was saying you should see her have a can of Jolt Cola sitting next to her.
Okay, that just makes so much more sense now.
Yes. Would she be serial killer or serial killer?
Oh, that's Matthew Lillard.
So did you see that tag that I posted you in earlier of the newest guest to Rhode Island Comic Con?
I did. See, I've Ghostbusters. I've let go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a completist because I never got Harold.
Right.
So I've let it go. I don't need all of the things. It's
Okay, but yeah, but would you say that you are? Could you say that was Star Wars because you didn't get a carry?
So I'm not about Star Wars, but I do still pick and choose my Star Wars. You know,
Okay.
like I will take and be a completist for certain things. Am I a completist for Star Wars in general? No. Am I looking to potentially be have a large number of people, but I don't need to be complete, right? Like I'm doing all the people that I come across that are like Clone Wars on my Clone Wars bucket, you know.
Right.
But do I need to track down every single person on the planet? I really don't. And do I even need to if I'm going to see Brent Spiner? You know, I'm going to go get him as Lieutenant Commander Data before I'm going to get him as the character he played in Star Wars Rebels. I'm okay with that.
Right. Okay. I thought Kurt Fuller was a good get. Like,
oh yeah, it's absolutely a good get. That's a very cool, even to the point of nearly a deep cut for Ghostbusters. You know,
yeah.
because it's not original, but it is original. It's original, not like new. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And they announced one of their headliners is the main cast of Pretty in Pink this time.
Yes. There's a lot of that going lately. There's a lot of
reunions.
What do you mean?
Reunions.
Yeah, reunions, but particularly reunions of more shows that are geared across a wider audience. It's not like a Battlestar Galactica reunion. It's a reunion of Pretty in Pink, which has a cross gender audience. You know what I'm saying? Is Battlestar in general is dudes of a certain age.
Right.
In general.
Yeah.
Pretty in Pink is not. So many people are fans of Molly Ringwald. I was just recently with my wife a Breakfast Club reunion, most of it, and that was a big draw for her. GalaxyCon Raleigh this year has a 90210 reunion, minus obviously Shannon Doherty and Luke Perry,
right?
But yeah, there's an awful lot of those things. Oh, see, I'm going to have to watch this scene repeatedly over and over, and push for all the Easter eggs in that shop scene. Andrew McCarthy, yeah.
I think I need to get something from Mannequin signed.
Oh, that was a good movie. That was a good movie. That was very, very classically 80s at the time.
I want a shot of him on the motorcycle with
her like stiff as the plastic mannequin on the back.
I want him to write on it, "Who are you to criticize?"
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good one.
Obviously, with John Cryer, Smallville, or Superman film, get him on like a Lex Luthor. I would get him on something from Pretty in Pink. I'd probably get
Yeah,
the
sounds
try little
right.
tenderness scene.
What's that?
The try little tenderness thing when he's singing to Molly Ringwald in the record store.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a new like kind of there's a new hallway. There's a new kind of iconic hallway, the thing there that
Yep.
he's walking down. Find it interesting. I haven't seen his blaster close up enough to know, but there's always the little sound of you have to cock the weapon. You hear that? It's like I haven't seen a hammer on that weapon. Mellow music playing. And this is where you were on episode 2. And I'm sitting there going, "Oh, do you see him?" And like getting on is like, negative, because that didn't happen there.
Yeah, about that. So for the next VCM family vacation, are we going to have to learn space, rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock?
Oh, yeah. Oh, is we got to figure that out for which rides we're getting on
Yes.
every single time in the middle of the park. It's like, let's see. Lizard poisons Spock. Paper disproves Spock.
What a great episode.
Yes.
I need to grab another beverage. I will be right back.
Excellent. Yes. By all means. Troy is like, yes, it was ridiculously stupid. That's why we're not actually learning the Star Wars version of it, the Andor version of that. No, we will learn the Big Bang Theory, where that has become the show that glorifies nerddom in all of its glory, and we will not learn the Andor. Why are people with guns doing rock paper scissors? Damn it! It's like
they should be doing Rochambeau.
There you go. Or there's this thing that we do with that a friend of mine does at church. There's this whole like gun beats the gorilla, gorilla beats the man, I don't know what it is. The whole thing, and you have to like turn, like you die, you like turn your back, and you have to be like a gorilla, or you have to be the man, or you have to be the gun. I don't know. It's a thing.
Well, Bazinga.
Bazinga. Bix just seems to have gotten miraculously better between episodes.
Yeah.
At least when Cassian's there, it's like, hey, I'm not like morbidly depressed now. It's like, hey.
So could Cyril play Flint?
No. 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 No.
Did I just cross the streams way too much?
Yes. No.
He wore a blackberry beret.
Yeah, it's just like, the pony knob dude sitting there checking out his iPad while they're riding in the limo.
You're on episode 5, right?
That would be the episode that we're supposed to be on.
Okay, I was making sure that you were on the right episode.
Oh, of course. How and would I have been on the wrong episode?
Maybe because I was 2 seconds behind you.
Okay.
That's why I was like, wait, what?
No, people do the things with the stuff and the things. But I wouldn't have any idea where I am in the wrong place if I were in the wrong place, because I have no idea what I should have seen and should not have seen.
Touche.
No, because yeah. Just, it's is this Coruscant? I don't know. It's big, giant apartment-y things.
I love the fact that her first impression was he's dead.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like it's a rebellion. They're in a war, and when the commander comes to see you, that's kind of how it rolls. Oh, so is this how they have like the kind of posh, big, big window apartmenty thing? It's Luthans. They're hiding out in like Luthan's safe house or something.
Yeah.
This makes more sense.
So, how many packages of Japanese Kit Kats did you bring home with you?
I did not experience the Japanese Kit Kats at all. I did not.
I bought some at the airport.
I did not. Didn't. It was odd and different because the smallness of the convenience stores. So we stayed. My family stayed in Disney the entire time. For those people who are watching, we stayed in a more Western style hotel, bigger rooms. Just more of the staff, I think, spoke English and that sort of thing. And it was relatively convenient because we could hop the Disney monorail around, and it went to the main train station, and that train went directly to the con. But it did not have it. The convenience stores there were very limited. We did not have a 7-Eleven close by. And it was just odd choices of what those convenience stores had. It was a very pet friendly hotel, so one of the convenience stores had a lot of like Japanese dog toys. So it's just like, what? Yeah. But apparently just not so much the Kit Kats. Ramen, yes. Kit Kats, no.
I also want to plug as well is that during COVID, there was a lot of virtual panels going on where they did live autograph signings and everything, at that time. And one of the leaders behind that was Cool Waters Productions, which was run by one of our dear friends, Derek Mackey, who runs that. This coming May the 4th at 11 a.m. Pacific, he's doing a Mandalorian virtual in-house con with Misty Rosas, for Hall of Famer, Dawn Deininger, and Tamara Carlson Woodard. So basically, Team Frog Lady.
Nice. And some of Team Baby Yoda.
Yes.
I love. Oh, I do have it. I was going to show that. What I love that Cool Waters does periodically is mystery boxes.
Right.
I love these. You for a relatively low price, and I don't even remember what it was the last time I got one. But you just get an envelope full of autographs from people from their stables, and it's great. some of it's Star Trek, some of it's not, some of it's Star Wars, some of it's not. Like this one, again, right there, I get, Deep Roy. Great. Who, Star Wars, but not Star Wars. And then, just randomness of like, here's Colossus from Deadpool. Come on, come out. And then, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Ooh.
So, I mean, really cool autos, and they're really nicely packaged. They come in them. It's really cool stuff. I enjoy what they're doing. I hope they're doing that again. I should look for that at if they're doing like a May the 4th sale or something. Go check and see if they've got mystery boxes.
So, what did you think of seeing Sith again on the big screen?
Damned adult responsibilities.
Did you have tickets?
I didn't see it. So this is the season where I work a 14-hour day like every day. And it's like
okay then.
Could not make it happen. I have lived vicariously through a number of our friends who have seen it multiple times and have given me the blow by blow and everything that is there. But is never got around to seeing that again in the big screen. And I may have to go. And I have the startings, the makings, the bits and pieces of a home theater where I can put it on like a 10 or 12 foot screen. Right. And I may have to go and screen it down there.
So seeing it in 4K was incredible in itself, but I have to say, watching the Battle of Mustafar on the big screen again is religious.
Oh, hold on, my friends. There is a showing on Sunday, May the 4th, near me.
Are you adulting on Sunday?
I am not. I don't think. I think I have to adult and do things on Saturday, but I do not believe that I have to as of this moment on the Sunday. Cassian just looks weird when he's trying to look high class.
Yep.
Six years old. Well, it's 12. Why did you say that name? Martha. No, I don't know.
Vanessa.
Yes, there you go.
I love how they always talk about Tarkin.
Yes. Well, they at least haven't, attempted to like CGI him for this.
I was not a fan of it.
Oh, are we going to say 6 years old? No.
I wanted it as my quote, but he was not doing quotes.
Yeah, I heard he was not doing quotes. Well, see, this is the only one that I'm seeing is Troy, and I think I'm trying to see how far away it is now. It's probably like 45 minutes, but yeah.
That stopped you from.
I know.
3 hours.
I'm aware. Well, if I wasn't adulting, that in about 4 or 5 hours away from here, Diana and Santo is signing on a free comic book day event in Virginia.
So about Andor.
Yes.
I was trying to change the subject.
Yes.
NDA.
Andor. He's there. It's a fancy place. It's a thing. He's doing the stuff.
He's ordering $978 in room service, just like Kevin at the Plaza Hotel.
Yes. There you go. Yeah, at Comic Logic in where is it in Virginia? Comic Logic in Ashburn, Virginia. Diana Lee and Santo. May the 3rd, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay, so this is the scene I was talking about. You're gonna have to watch this.
Okay. Oh, the black beret. That makes so much more sense now that I'm watching the same episode you're
That's
watching.
what I say. Could he double points?
Makes more sense. And again, they're in the bougiest of places. Oh, yeah, and her little collar thing kind of matches his tie thing.
How long can I stay? An hour?
Mm-hmm. What are we going to do with the other 57 minutes?
Cuddle. I see that.
Turn out the lights. There you
go. Hello, Clueless. Turn out the lights.
Oh. There you go.
Cyril gets it now.
I like that they linger on the dark room for a few seconds there.
Yes.
They know the deal. They know what's up.
But it would be hilarious if you hear a gunshot like in Police Academy 2 when Tacker Perry gets some. Oh, you
Yeah.
Cyril's like, wait, you mean we could do it not at my mother's house?
You're welcome, Sherry. I am relatively sure I stole that from some that I've heard that on some other comic, something saying that, but it seemed appropriate and it was amusing.
Yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We greatly appreciate it. We appreciate all of our just shy of 92,000 members worldwide, family members of our virtual Cantina family. Don't forget, you can follow us on virtualcantinanetwork.com, as well as YouTube, Instagram, X, TikTok.
Well, and thank you to all of our friends that are watching over here on Insta. We're live on there tonight. We're not always live on Insta because not all of our producers can produce to Insta. But we are live tonight, and we appreciate all of you over there watching.
And don't forget, if you're watching us on the VCN on YouTube, please like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications.
Yeah, it's going to help. Is when we do our day of programming on Sunday, or that on Star Wars Day, you'll get a notification every time.
But isn't every day Star Wars Day?
Every day is Star Wars Day right here.
Okay. And it's not a Hallmark holiday.
Though I think there are cards for it now.
Yes, there are. Which there should be.
Exactly. Aha.
No, I did not see you playing with your dolls again. calls it Cyril. I call it Aragog.
There you go.
All right, I'm going to give away another patch.
Ooh, patch giveaways.
Dave will know the answer to this one. It's the first person who reaches out.
All right, wait again. I was listening to something else.
Okay, so Dave will know the answer to this one. The lady who plays Cyril's mom was in Harry Potter. What was the name of her character in Harry Potter? Do I need to text you?
Yes. Because it's one of those things that, well, because he's got to be Cyril's back because that was the apartment from before.
Yes.
Oh, Sherry's abstaining. Thank you, Sherry, because you've already won a patch. Good job. Very nice.
All right. Check your phone.
Yep, gotcha. Nope, that would not have come to me just naturally.
What is the name that Cyril's mom went by in Harry Potter? And I'll be specific because she's only in one movie.
Mm-hmm.
It is Order of the Phoenix.
You can hear the people typing IMDb right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be a list somewhere. Are there people with like lists? Troy, what is this Potter you speak of? Come on. Tonight, playing the role of Jeff is Troy.
Yes. Too many ribs.
I really would like to know, and there be a list of like the practical locations that started out these things.
So, all right, I'm going to stop this one. The answer was Mrs. Fig.
See, too much of the crossover.
She was the neighbor that lived across the street from the Dursleys, the squib.
Yeah, I remember seeing her. Of course, the name would not have come to me.
So, do you think Cassian was wearing his Google glasses?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's like he's got the like Mandalorian eyepiece or something going in there. Right. It's a rangefinder. Oh, we're talking about Rebel Pilot. Nope, not the same dude. It's not Bodhi again.
Some guy named Trapper Wolf.
Who
supposedly is appearing in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie.
Apparently someone needs to update their cosplay.
Diet Dave.
Damn it.
You came off stage. We were like, you're never going to let this down.
You're on my list, DJ Elliott. On my list. And this is the fun thing about we're getting like a really deep dive into the rebellion and how much of the rebellion it's not just sweaty jungle fighters, right, like the bozos in the last one. That it's merchants, it's the bourgeois, it's the middle class people that the empire is hurting, that are working the system and providing for the sweaty jungle fighters, right, that are doing all of the things.
Diet Dave. Only one Dave, not Filoni enough.
Mm-hmm.
Can I have a Pepsi free? You got a Pepsi Pal, you got to pay for it.
You should put it on my tab, or I'll have a tab. I can't give you a tab unless you order something.
I saw clips of the fan nights for Back to the Future at Universal in California, and that looked amazing.
Yeah, I mean, Back to the Future fans are rabid, obsessive fans, just the same as the Star Wars fans. Hmm. As you wish, he just said, "I love you."
Ah,
As you wish.
oh, my sweet Wesley.
Uh-oh, look at that. He has earned a spot in the big creepy room.
He's kind of like looking at us like, does he know that we're sleeping together?
This is the thing. It's like, I don't know.
Is he going to call HR? Because they're fraternizing within the company.
They're just evil. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna let them do something. We're gonna encourage them to steal something, to riot, and then we're not gonna punish them very much, just so they'll do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. And then we crushed them because you're in the big creepy room.
Zero's like, uh,
And then we go to the roast spiky beastie thing. Is this Yavin? No. This the planet that the rebel base is on in the sequels?
yeah, it's the same with Force Awakens.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what the big structures look like. The car. There you go. Saw is just cruel. It's just like, nope, we're going to do what we're going to do. Whoever this dude is, like playing him, is like the actor is possibly somewhat wasted because he's got like some major mutton chops that with just like a slight variation could be like callous.
Not so hat callous.
Well, he might not be like pretty enough to be callous, but mutton chopped him up, and I don't know.
Lukewarm callous.
Well, maybe if he was on Hoth and had to spend the night in a tauntaun.
Ah,
Yes, thank you, Troy. Oh, okay. It could happen. Jensen,
I think Stellan's son, Alexander Skarsgård, should play Hot Calamus.
because you got to get all the Skarsgårds. That's the collection.
And this is when the Power Rangers come out.
Or the Ninja Turtles with this big like sewer grate or whatever they're lifting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, let's just walk into the sewer. In the pitch black sewer. Yeah, it doesn't make me nervous at all.
Oh, rats.
Yes, it had to be rats. No, it's not that. It's snakes.
Yes, but Indy's father hated rats.
Right, I know. He'd have never made it past the rats.
Right.
We don't know what lie are we telling and what lie are we not telling.
Again, thank you, everybody, the 57 plus members watching us now.
Oh, yes. Yes, exactly. Just absolutely. Varian will ruin his wardrobe in the sewer. Leia equals Leia?
You're voted off the island there, Troy.
Ready enough to send him some more gullet. No, wait. Don't. Well, so much for Hot Callus or Hot Callus wannabe.
Mm-hmm. While the other guy basically he needs a new pair of shorts.
Oh, yeah, he's his layer. Yeah, I get it. I'm the there are a lot of theories and things out there, Troy. I heard some doozies today from Skip that I have had a chance to look into yet, but I look doubtful.
Speaking of Skip, Ski Preco Appreciation Week
continues, rolls on.
Yep.
PM Ski Pruckle. Tell him you appreciate him. Spam his inbox. Do it.
I love this. Like, pack up. We'll never come back to this place again for another 30 years.
There you go. That should be the first scene when they go back. There's the body. Is there the skeleton? I'm like, what?
This did decompose. I love the stripped down X-wings.
Mm-hmm. And where do they just find such places with such fancy pants lighting fixtures and stuff, man?
Well, if you remember, the base on Crate had some nice lighting fixtures too.
Oh yeah, I mean it's all. Uh-huh. And then in Obi-Wan, we have a fluorescent fixture from the Home Depot.
Yes. Did you see the new Black Series stuffy that's coming out?
No.
It's got hair on it.
Well, you plug tomorrow's watch along, Sherry. It's gonna be you. So yes, everyone is again. We are watching episodes 4 and 5 because like this is a lot to digest and watch, and it is late on the East Coast already. So when we're done with this episode, we're done. We're done. For tonight, and tomorrow night you will be able to catch Sherry and Ashley. Is it Sherry, Ashley, Sarah, and Mark? It's ladies.
That's correct.
Is everyone out there, and they will take on episode 6 and kind of the wrap up of the whole trilogy of episodes of what happened in this year, BBY 3.
I'm giving you negative stars on Yelp.
Yes, and it is an earlier time tomorrow as well. Is 8 p.m. tomorrow, not the 9:30 start and then start watching the episode at 10. So they got plenty of time to go into plenty of things. You have, plenty of time to get to bed early on your Friday night if you got stuff going on your Saturday, which is free comic book day. Get your butts up early and get to your LCS and get your free comics. There are 2 Star Wars comics listed on the official deal of it. There's a Star Wars regular series Marvel comic, and there's a Young Jedi Adventures, I believe.
Ooh.
So, get your nubs fixed.
That didn't sound right. I am actually going on Saturday night with our lawyer Tony and Sean to see Kevin Smith do a talk before the 25th anniversary of Dogma.
Oh, and that's a big deal because Dogma has been like on a back shelf somewhere that nobody could touch for years
because of the Weinstein.
And Kevin just got it back.
Yep. And honestly, that was my favorite of the Kevin Smith movies. So I'm very excited to see this. And yes, I will be wearing my virtual Cantina 37 hockey jersey when I go see Kevin.
Excellent. Yes, he has to respect the hockey jersey.
Yes.
I myself, I appreciate Dogma. It's a lot of, there's a lot of cultural reference and stuff that goes in there. I prefer Chasing Amy, but
for me, Dogma is interesting because I have a personal issue with organized religion.
Mm.
And Chris Rock has a line in the movie that was so profound for me. It made me understand how I believe in religion is I'd rather have an idea than a belief. People die over beliefs. People wage war over beliefs. I can change my idea. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, but I mean that movie. There were sides taken on both sides, and that's it's other weirdness that got it put away. But like people lost their minds in the religious community over.
Well,
Dogma. It's like, look, you're losing your mind because he knows enough. He's inside. It's Kevin Smith has been there, and he's mentioning things that push buttons.
Yeah.
And he's got on the little mask, and you don't. Oh, nope, taking off the mask. Everybody's gonna get. Oh no.
Well, the Westbury Baptist Church is funny because they were picketing outside of Dogma when it was premiered, and Kevin Smith actually joined them with a picket sign, and they knew nothing about the movie.
Oh yeah. No, is sometimes one just pickets to picket, especially some groups. But there we go. Heck of an episode. You're getting some more insight into all. This continues to be. Pause and don't go to the next one. But this continues to be all about Andor without being all about Andor. Like Andor is currently a not major character in his own show. Everybody's
trying to say this is the Book of Boba Fett.
I mean, it's. I believe in my heart that there will be a different payoff than that.
Yeah, he dies in the end.
Well, yeah, and Boba Fett does not there. So, but I think, or yeah, but I just don't think it's going to continue that more. I think as we get more of the characters building in, you'll see so much more of it. Like it's gotta, once they get K2SO on here, it's got to be more about K2 and Cassian, right?
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Speaking of K2, on May the 4th, they're releasing the next series of Andor Funkos, including a brand new K2. They have Cassian in the TIE fighter outfit, and the chase is with the helmet on.
Uh-huh.
There's a Deidre Funko and a new Krennic. It's kind of cool.
Where are those releasing?
On Sunday.
Where? Like, are they Entertainment Earth? Are they Funko? Or are they Amazon?
Entertainment Earth and Amazon. And also Funko Store is a buy two, get one free. It includes all the Japanese infused Funkos that we thought were going to be available at Celebration, including the Samurai Vader and the Samurai Kylo.
Nice.
But so, Dave, what are you thinking of this season so far?
I enjoy it. I enjoy the different paces. I think season 2 opened where it needed to be with it brought the funny and it brought the pew pew, and then it got dark for a little bit, got very dark in the story of Bix and the story of Mon Mothma, really, in episode 3, and now it's excuse me, it's slowed it down. It's really making you think. It's really diving into a lot of backstory of the beginning of the rebellion and what that's like. I continue to be excited about where it's going to go from here.
It's very exciting. We've got great stories. We've got great Star Wars. Very happy. And once again, I want to thank everybody who joined us tonight. We're at 58 members plus everything in Instagram. So over 60 members watching us tonight, which we greatly appreciate it. We are just shy of 92,000 members worldwide. Give it another hour or two, we will be over that. So I greatly appreciate it. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you're following us on our new website of virtualcantinanetwork.com, as well as YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, as well as the TikTok. And also, please make sure that you please like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. Because as Dave mentioned, on May the 4th and Revenge of the 5th, we will be having our marathons of the best of the Virtual Cantina Network over the last 5 years.
Yeah, is we're really going to attempt to be like an actual network on Sunday and Monday.
Yes.
And you're going to want those notifications every time a show pops, so you just don't have to remember about it. And check it out, see the show, whatever you're doing, take us with you out there, out and about in the world, and I think it'll be fun.
And don't forget, we will have a Rebel ScumCon official news desk this coming Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Central. And it's going to be a doozy. That's all I'm going to say. So please make sure that you try to take a look at that. But ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, from me and from the entire team here at the Virtual Cantina Network, thank you so much for being a part of our family. Celebration would not have been as great as it was if we didn't have so many members going and seeing so many friendly faces from around the world and putting names to faces of people that we talked to. I was standing with some good friends of mine, and I'm like, "Oh, Dave, you designed their patch." And Dave met a whole slew of people that he just talked to online, that he worked with their network and everything of that nature. And it was comforting to see our logo, all around an international con.
Well, that was the most fun too. That's the most fun from the beginning. That's how I met Jake. I met Jake wearing a Beard Bat shirt. I'm like, dude, I like that shirt, and he had no idea. And I'm just like, no.
But also, thank you so much for making us, your go-to for information about Star Wars Celebration and the official kickoff of Star Wars Celebration. The Not So Virtual Cantina broke records for us, one of our best events, and we don't rest on our laurels. Episode 5 will be March 31st, 2027. And when I say it's going to be big, it's going to be big. It's going to be big. Sorry, NSYNC joke because today, May 1st.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife's like, enough of that. I'm like, it's always going to be funny. I'm sorry. But thank you so much. We would not do this without you guys because this is a labor of love. We do this for fun, and we do this because we care about the fandom, and we want to provide a safe haven for our friends and family here in the Star Wars universe. So thank you so much for joining us. Dave, anything you want to say before we close out?
Like I said, just tune in and check out our programming coming up this weekend. The May the 4th specials. Enjoy a happy May the 4th, a happy Free Comic Book Day. If you're out there, grab your comics, enjoy, let your geek flag, nerd flag fly. Absolutely have fun doing the things that you do. And if you are, doing Star Warsy related stuff, you get the Star Wars free comics, post it on the page. We're not Celebration only anymore. Put them up there. We want to see your interaction. We want to see what you're doing. Post those Free Comic Book Day pictures. Post your May the 4th pictures. If you happen to be on planet and you get into you stumble onto a lightsaber meetup or something, pictures up. Put them there.
Absolutely.
We want to see it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this evening. We will see you again tomorrow night for episode 6 of Andor here on the Virtual Cantina Network. So, from Dave and I, Spencer, I want to say, may Ski Prucko be with you.
For light and life.
Yeah, that's it.
Long live the Republic. I don't know. Stuff.
F the Empire.
That. Yes.